Recording,
We are recording, babe.
Okay.
We're back.
We're back. Episode 2.
Episode 2. We have 100% more episodes than we did yesterday.
Yes.
Math.
This episode of Let's Do This, we're going to open an advent calendar that I purchased for us. Mm-hmm. This is for both of us to do together. I've never done an advent calendar before.
Nor have I.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
So we actually, in preparation for this, in preparation for this, have done a bit of research about advent calendars and Advent itself. So we're going to start this out by giving some of our experiences with Advent, or otherwise known as the time leading up to Christmas. Did you do Advent as a kid?
I'm already learning a lot right now. No.
You didn't do Advent, did you?
By Advent, you mean telling mom everything I wanted for Christmas every day? Then yes.
Also, Jonathan's mom is the best person ever.
She's very awesome.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Maybe we can have your mom on the podcast. I don't know if she would like this kind of thing.
I don't know. We'll learn something about her by asking.
Yeah, exactly. That goes back to episode 1 when we talked about asking questions.
That's right.
In any case, I think that it's safe to say our childhoods were very different. I grew up in a household that did celebrate Advent in a very solemn but happy way. We had what was called an Advent wreath. Have you ever seen one of those?
No.
Okay.
What is it?
It's really cool, in my opinion. And I actually, in recent years, was thinking about buying myself one. I found a handcrafted one on the internet that was like $500. I did not buy it, but it was like wooden and carved. But basically, an Advent wreath is a literal wreath, but you put it on the table. So it's not a wreath that you hang on the door. And typically, it has 4 or 5 candles. Each candle is lit one of the Sundays leading up to Christmas. And then the 5th candle is usually in the middle, and it is meant to be lit on Christmas Day when Jesus is born, because that's why some people celebrate Christmas. Okay. And then I also found out some more interesting facts about Advent wreaths. The themes of the 4 weeks leading up to Christmas. It starts with hope, then it goes to peace, then joy, and then the last one is love. So the themes of the week are basically that.
Okay.
So
what's not to love about those themes?
Exactly. I kind of like it. And it was one of those things where each Sunday we would light the candle and say specific prayers, and then sometimes sing some songs, which my dad has a beautiful voice, so that was always fun. And then, we would do other things surrounding the belief in Jesus' birth and things like that. But I did some other research about Advent itself, so I'm just going to read you these things, okay?
Okay.
The word Advent literally means coming or arrival. So it's why we call Advent the time leading up to Christmas, because it's meant to be in preparation. In most Christian denominations, you're preparing your heart and your home for Jesus' birth. What we then learned is this particular year, 2023, Advent technically starts December 3rd and ends December 24th, which was very interesting to me because in another article I read about Advent calendars coming out, so what we're going to open today is an Advent calendar, and it's more of a countdown to Christmas. And this particular article that I found was actually a bit disappointed in the Advent calendars.
Okay.
Because... And I think that this, at least in my life, I don't know how people in your life feel about Christmas, but some people in my life don't like Christmas because they believe it's very materialistic and it's become a Hallmark holiday, if you will, and it's become more of a commercial, capitalistic part of society. I don't think that's everywhere. I think it might be specific to the United States because it's less about spending time together now and more about purchasing things for one another or just overall spending. This article I read was very disappointed in the Advent calendars and why there are so many more in 2023 than ever before. And what it was describing is basically the reason behind that is just because brands want to make money. However, I don't know how you feel about this, but This is our first advent calendar. And I do like sort of a countdown. I think it will be fun no matter what. You don't know what it is yet. But even though, yes, it costs money and it's sort of an additional thing that we have now, I think it's a fun little tradition we're going to start.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to try it. I don't have any of this sort of tradition in my past, so this is setting a new tradition with you, which I'm really overjoyed to experience. I get the whole consumerism thing. You know, for me, for people that want to enjoy Advent for the purity of what it is and want to add to that through sharing an Advent calendar with somebody, well, it's cool that you can go buy one, right? So I don't think corporations are inherently bad for identifying people's needs and offering products. So it's all on how you look at it. I think it's a matter of perspective, right? So, but I get both sides of it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
agreed.
yeah.
And we also, Jonathan and I bought special advent calendars for one of my dear friends. She's got 3 kids. And we recently received our thank you notes for those.
The sweetest thing ever. Yeah.
So adorable. And that was also very special. So even though, again, we were purchasing from a big brand for them, something the kids really, really, really needed.
Yes.
I mean, that was a true need. I'm just kidding at this point, but it was something that brought so much joy. And also we got thank you notes in the mail and everything. And it was just like such a sweet thing that I will at least cherish that forever.
Yeah,
I believe you will
likewise.
too.
And I have a special affinity for kids drawing pictures. I remember doing that when I was a kid and thinking they were the best drawings ever and gifting them to all my most beloved relatives. And of course, they always warmly accept them and show their appreciation for that. And so being an adult and receiving drawings from kids, it's like experiencing it from the flip side, and it's even better. So I loved it. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I think at this point we should open our advent calendar and show everybody. I picked this out. Jonathan doesn't know what it is yet,
Another surprise.
but I'm really excited about it. So you're going to get to open it since I already
Okay.
know what it is.
Should I make
So
some-
we actually have it right back here.
Should I make some guesses or just be
Yeah,
purely
let's make
surprised?
some guesses. That's
Some
a perfect
guesses.
idea.
What kind of theme is this advent calendar?
It has a global theme.
It's a global theme.
I don't want to give it away.
I'm grasping
It
at
has
straws
a
here.
global creative theme.
Global creative theme.
Now keep in mind,
Instruments from around the world.
ooh, I think that would be more than what could possibly fit in this box.
The miniatures.
Oh, that would be cool. That's a good idea. Maybe.
Maybe when we want to make a ton of money, we'll just do our own advent calendars. I'm just kidding.
No, that's a great idea. We could have our own advent calendars that are basically guitars from around the world. But back to our gift. It is global and it is creative.
Okay. I say let's do this.
You want to open it?
Yes.
Okay. Let's show everybody the gift
Let's show
itself
them.
first. Keep hitting.
Could we just say, look at that wrapping job?
This is our gift. We should mention that the way we did this year. So for gift giving, we actually adopted wrapping the gifts in special paper by individual. So as Santa brings us the gifts, we can clearly see who they're for.
Yes. Santa is so clever.
He is.
She is.
Well, I should have been wearing a Santa hat during this.
Next one.
Okay.
Big episode 3 reveal.
Perfect. Episode 3 is going to be a little bit different, but I can wear a Santa hat
Okay.
for that. This says to Jonathan and Rose from Santa. We've got a little green ribbon to match our green tree paper. One day we will actually say the significance of trees in our relationship. We'll reveal that at a much, much later time. Maybe next Thanksgiving. I give you the honor of opening this.
Beautiful.
I
To
cannot
Jonathan
wait.
and Rose from Santa. Here we go.
You ready?
I've never opened a gift with a hand-tied bow before. Oh, I'm just tightening the knot. Okay.
I think you have opened gifts with hand-tied bows before.
Not a Christmas gift.
Exactly. Woo!
All right. Let's see here. I'm excited to see what's in here.
Ooh. Now you understood why I segued.
My world, discover the world with unique arts and crafts activities.
Precisely why I segued when Jonathan started talking about handwritten cards, because these are global craft activities from around the world. I didn't want to mention the overarching theme before you opened it, or the fact that one of the reasons why I purchased this specific advent calendar for our countdown to Christmas is because Jonathan and I participated together in an 11-day creativity challenge in the summer, I guess that was. And it was one of the best things ever.
It was so much fun.
It brought out our creative sides from a very different angles. It was 11 daily challenges. They varied. I think one of them was writing a poem. One of them was to draw a room or something, design a room.
Like a dream room.
A dream room. And it really showcased our individual creativity and our specific talent when it comes to that, I think. But it also was so fun to do together.
It was.
And one of those creativity challenges was to create a video, which both of us already have YouTube channels, as we've mentioned before. Jonathan, you can find him at Rather Be Riffin.
Roses at Bright-Eyed Smiles.
So we did create a video, though. We created a video that night together, a short. I think that's the first time we created a short for your channel. So when I found this on the Amazon website, www.amazon.com, I thought it would be a perfect, fun way to sort of continue that, but as a countdown to Christmas. I will be honest, our schedules are relatively full. I don't know if we are going to find time to do this every single day as a countdown to Christmas. Another fun tradition that I wanted to start with Jonathan was something that I also did in my childhood, which was celebration of the Epiphany, otherwise known as Three Kings Day. I think those are the same things, but it's known in some Christian denominations when the wise men came to visit Jesus and brought him gifts. And we used to also call this Little Christmas as kids. When I looked up that tradition, there are places that basically set their shoes out and the kids get candy in their shoes. So that we also realized this might be the start of where stockings came from. Right? Remember I think we talked about that together.
Yeah, it's a good theory.
So anyway, if we start this today, this will end on the Epiphany, which is even better.
Should I read the copy like I do in my videos that you love?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we're going to open it.
All right, so let's see what this says. This countdown calendar expands horizons by introducing unique and exquisite arts and crafts activities.
Exquisite.
From a wide variety of different cultures. We were talking about cultures in our first video. Whilst playing and creating with this calendar,
this might be
you'll
a
grow
European
your
calendar.
general knowledge on countries with specific flags, monuments, and landmarks from each country. Develop fine motor skills. I clearly need to work on those. While enjoying creating a variety of arts and ornaments. Ooh, have some ornaments to put on the tree.
We might give
Tree has no ornaments right now.
We might give all of our creations to Mama Jay-Z.
Yeah, I think we will. Get acquainted with our world by working closely with a complimentary world map and a passport.
Ooh.
That gets stamped every time you complete a country task.
This is really exciting. This is more exciting than I thought it was going to be.
Includes a colorful and detailed step-by-step picture guide. There we go. My world. Discover the world with unique arts and crafts activities.
I also thought this was interesting because it's from ages 9 to 99.
Yeah, so we fit in there.
We won't tell you where we fit in there, but we fit in there. So I think we should open it. I think there was a little opening on the other side.
Okay.
If just to make it easier.
Yeah,
There's
my
like a little
instincts were to
hole
like
down
go
here.
bite it, but I'm not going to do that. All right. Cool. So
It's pretty without the wrapping more. It's more of a matte instead of that shininess. Oh, it comes with everything you need, apparently. There's a plate on top.
sweet.
I love this. This is actually also, now that I'm seeing it opened,
Passport.
it looks like it literally contains everything you need to actually execute these, which is cool. Which makes it a very, very nice gift for any busy mom out there.
And markers.
Oh,
Sticker flags.
sticker flags. Is a Danish flag on there? Nope.
I don't see it.
We're not going to Denmark.
We're not
on
going
this
to
trip.
Denmark this time.
This reminds me of when we went to that coffee shop, that local coffee shop, and it had the money.
Yes, from all around the world.
What do you call money?
Currency?
Currency. It had different currency types from all over the world.
Yeah.
That's literally what this reminds me of.
Yeah, I think we did count all the currencies, and it looked like it was close to the number of countries in the world. So they might have had a bill from every country, which is really cool.
Maybe they started that from this.
Maybe they did.
Maybe we'll decide where we go next based on this.
Ooh, I like it.
There are little envelopes inside of this that are labeled number 1, number 2 for each of the days. So it's also easy to carry around with you for the days that we might not be in the same spot. And then it looks like there's QR codes.
Ooh, yeah, there is. Should we have a phone handy?
I have a phone.
Oh, cool. What do you say? Do we do the first one?
I say we see what the first one is.
Okay.
So it looks like there's an instruction video, which we might have to not include on this just for copyright purposes.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay, the link goes to a site called the Purple Cow Advent. This looks really cute. Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
My World Day 1. What is so special about New Zealand's bone carving art?
And the fact that they're making art out of bones, I think, is pretty cool in and of itself.
Okay, we're going to watch this video and find out. I sped it up. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous.
That doesn't... What are they making?
A bone.
It looked like a bone that people smoke. Looks like some sort of Play-Doh material.
Okay. It's like you make a little necklace out of it. Oh my goodness. Okay, we get the point. Does it have any more on here? Jonathan's going to open day 1. Do you want to describe what it is? And I'll show it.
Let's see. Well...
Oh my
like
gosh.
an illegal substance of sorts. It's a white clear bag with a white substance in it.
Okay, now this makes more sense. So when we watched the video, they were rolling something. So that almost looks like Play-Doh or clay or something.
Yeah. Some sort of malleable material that we can morph into some sort of shape.
Which is, I think, supposed to mimic a bone.
A bone.
And then you're supposed to make a little necklace out of the bone.
Okay.
So also we should note that if you do happen to buy this, it looks at this point like there's only enough materials for one child to do this. So Jonathan and I will only be able to make one necklace, which is completely fine.
Yeah, since there's only one child between the two of us anyway, so.
Which is me, I guess.
Well, it depends on the situation.
Okay, so was there anything else in there, like words? I thought this was going to teach me something.
I think we've just been bestowed with knowledge of bone art.
Is there a book in there or anything?
Nope.
Okay, so in the first episode, we talked about a dud pile.
Well,
I sincerely thought that this was going to be a card. Mm-hmm. Like each little envelope was going to come have a card with instructions that say, you're in New Zealand. This is what they do in New Zealand. This is the history and tradition behind whatever you're about to do.
Yeah.
And then you would do that thing.
yeah. Here's some product development feedback for the Purple Cow company or whoever made this.
Interestingly, when you click on the QR code and after you watch the video, it does ask for feedback.
Okay.
We will be providing some feedback. Because I thought, okay, like, let's do some research about each one of them so we would actually learn
agree.
kind of a fun thing. Oh, it does. It has it on here.
Okay.
Okay.
Take back.
So this says bone carving art, day 1, New Zealand. It says it is super cool and special. Imagine you have a friend who's really good at telling stories, but instead of using words, they use pieces of bone to create amazing art. That's what this is all about. I think if I had a friend that told me about bone art instead of just telling me the story, I'd run away.
I was going to say, probably wouldn't call him back for a while, but.
So do you think that we should open the remaining ones or just put this in the dud pile forever and ever and ever?
Well, I say let's open the next one, and its fate is going to hang in the balance.
Okay.
All right.
I do think it would be helpful to open a few more just so people know what to expect if they want to buy this, because even though it might not be our cup of tea, there's probably a child out there that would really enjoy this.
Yeah.
I also think the instructions for each are in video format, and then the history behind it is in the PDF format when you click the link on the QR code. So let's go ahead and open number 2. It looks like this one is from Fiji. Ooh, this looks a little bit more interesting.
We got lots of stuff.
Is it a heart?
Okay, I don't want to drop anything. We've got
I think the cool
cardboard cutouts
Hearts?
that look heart-ish. Popsicle stick. It's probably not what that's technically called, but and some sort of ribbons, maybe.
Yeah, it's like I can't remember what you call that.
Black and brown, like our hair.
Okay, this one says, let's talk about something super special. Imagine having a magical fan that's not just for staying cool, but also tells a story.
Amazon trucks bagging up for this return.
I'm so disappointed our first advent calendar sucks. We shouldn't say that though, because I think for a kid, this might be interesting and fun, especially maybe for a 9-year-old, this would be good.
Maybe.
Right, depending on what they're interested in and things like that. So it says Fiji is a place with many palm trees, sandy beaches, and warm sunshine. Therefore, people usually need a fan to cool themselves down. These fans become like treasures because it talks of their history and culture, often made from woven leaves or bark, and they have incredible designs on them. So this particular challenge is to make your own fan to tell your own magical story from the materials provided.
Okay. In our This or That episode, we asked if it was better to be too hot or too cold. So I chose too cold, so I don't really have a use for a fan.
But do you have a use to tell a fantastic magical story?
I mean, my life is magical. I don't know what to do with this. Here you go.
Just put it back in there. All right, I think we should go to the third one just to see if there's like a theme. I could see doing one of these a week for half a year. That wouldn't be boring to a kid. So like instead of doing one a day.
It's a matter of like how often do you want to disappoint your kid? Like if you want to disappoint them every day.
That's not even true.
Well, let's see.
There are some kids that would love doing arts and crafts every day and sort of having this.
Agreed.
Yeah. I think it's just a weird way to do it. Here, let me get the QR code. Comment down below if you think your child would actually like this. Okay, this goes through Australia. So there's a big theme here. There's already been New Zealand and we're going to go through Australia. So then the Fiji Islands.
Yeah, we're in the South Pacific.
Okay, so that would also be interesting to know where in the world these things are. So this one actually looks like it might be a little bit more fun. You want to open it and show the audience?
Let's do it. We got paints.
We have paint with this one and some Q-tips.
We got Q-tips in case.
Ew.
Yeah.
So it looks like also so far the theme that's revealing itself, at least now, for these are all about something that tells a story of the culture, even though it's not telling us the story of the culture. It talks about this is art through dots, lines, and symbols by creating a picture. And it's all about passing down the story of your ancestors through these pictures. It says...
Do you know anything about your ancestors?
No.
Me either.
No.
They were supposedly from Italy.
Your ancestors were from Italy. I am
And
a
Germany.
mix of Czech.
And Scotland and England and everywhere.
For you, right. I'm a big mix of Czech and Irish, Scottish. I know nothing about my ancestors. However, my family has done some of that history, so it exists somewhere. I just don't know it. I also believe it's been explained to me.
Yeah, I'm probably forgetting some things too, actually. Should write this stuff down before we're 99.
I think that's actually a good point of why this type of art, why they're highlighting this type of art, because maybe the last one is like, oh, do your own ancestry artwork. But we have that through this podcast. Okay, so this is basically talking about dot painting. What they're suggesting is done through this particular one. And it says there was a period of time in Australia called Dream Time. And it says the dream time is like a magical time for the Aboriginal people. When you look at Aboriginal art, you might see pictures of animals, people, or landscapes, and each one has a deeper meaning that connects to ancient stories. It appears that the theme behind this is basically each day you would complete some sort of art that mimics art of a particular country from their ancestry that would tell a story through that art. But it's nothing like the creativity challenge we did for 11 days. That was amazing. It was more meant to bring out your creativity instead of learn about other people's art.
Yeah, this one's sort of like making my creativity go back in its shell.
Yeah, this one's a dud for us. However, there may be a child that would love this. I think
maybe number 4 is the magical one.
You want to open a 4th one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. I do believe also this says for ages 9 to 99, but I see this more as almost like a 5-6-year-old type of activity where they're still learning. They're maybe learning how to cut with scissors and things that it would sort of be a fun activity. And then, you could learn about each culture, but it would require a little bit more research by the person giving the gift.
Looks like we're moving on to Japan.
Oh, hopefully this one's cool.
I'm feeling like it might be.
Maybe we'll make some.
Ayagasa.
Oh, should we tell them the Japanese word we know?
Yeah. Do you remember what it means?
I remember what it means.
Yeah.
Love under umbrella. Love because of an umbrella.
Yeah,
love.
Basically the type of love one shares by holding each other close under an umbrella.
Which happened on our first
lunch date /
we didn't know it was a date until we were there.
Yeah. We're like,
That's a good story for another time.
It is. I love that story.
Okay. Ooh, this might be a little bit more interesting.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
This might be more interesting because it is something Jonathan asked for Christmas.
Ooh. You're not giving me a spoiler, are you?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah. But it's already a spoiler because you asked for it.
I did. I don't remember asking for anything, but cool. Thanks
no,
for listening.
you didn't really ask for it. Jonathan doesn't ask. Like, he didn't come out and say, I want something like this. But we mentioned in the first podcast that we were in Florida for Thanksgiving. And while we were walking on the beach, the Atlantic Ocean beach, we came across someone flying a kite. In addition, if you've ever been outside a place that has like the
those
wind sock men,
yeah,
which my Aunt Mary loves, and I also love. I've always loved them from as far back as I can remember. I've always loved those things because they just look so free. No care in the world. They're just going where the wind blows.
They're just partying. Yeah.
So this is actually to create a kite windsock.
That's cool. All right, now we can work with this.
And it's called
Koinobori.
And it says, typically in Japan, there are fish-shaped streamers dancing in the wind like a celebration in the sky.
I bet that's beautiful.
There is a special holiday in Japan called Children's Day. Families celebrate by hanging up these beautiful windsocks, and they're koi fish. These fish are known for their strength and determination. Legend has it that once upon a time, a bunch of these fish swam upstream against a really tough current. One of the fish, the golden one, even managed to leap up a waterfall like a fishy superhero. So you're supposed to make a windsock for each family member that represents the person in the most colorful way possible. They're a way of celebrating family, strength, and joy, of growing up strong and happy. So this gets a little bit more better.
A little more better. Purple matches. Cool.
Yeah, super fun.
All right. Should we end on a high note, or should we take a look at number 5? Number 5.
This one is probably a more well-known one. This is China, and it covers Chinese lanterns, which I believe in some more urban cities. I know that they do this in Raleigh-Durham in North Carolina. They have a Chinese lantern festival, and it's supposed to be very bright and lights and things like that. It says, imagine colorful glowing balloons lighting up the sky like a bunch of friendly stars. The lamps are supposed to bring joy and good luck. Typically, these are done during the Chinese New Year celebration, which I was talking about earlier. So they're not related to Christmas or anything like that, which I don't think most of these are. I think they're more meant to just highlight some of the art that's unique to that special country. But yes, this is where you would typically light a candle inside and light it up for luck for the year. Do you know what year your Chinese birth year is?
No idea. How do you figure that out?
It tells you.
Oh.
So there's similar to horoscopes that you would have like for your birthday. There's also Chinese horoscopes that go through your birth year. I think I'm the year of the dog.
Okay, yeah, there's like an animal associated with it. Okay, yeah.
2024 is the year of the dragon.
I've seen this in like sushi restaurants before. Like on the
Sushi is Japanese.
Well, they have the year of
They
the Japanese.
do merge it all together here in the U.S. and just you may as well just go to have Asian instead of.
Yes.
But yes, should we look it up?
Let's look it up. I'm feeling like mine's a rooster. I don't know why.
You are. You're the rooster.
I've eaten a lot of sushi.
I love this. Yes, so you are year of the rooster, I am year of the dog, and
Dog is very fitting for you.
next year is year of the dragon. So it's a very special when they hit dragon because dragons are very, very lucky in Chinese culture.
And it's the logo of your college.
My college has nothing to do with China.
So, but it has something to do with dragons.
It does. Okay, should we do the next one?
Yes. Not a lot in this one.
6. This might be my favorite day thus far.
Ooh, what do we have? Let me see if I can tell from the tinfoil. And elephant. I see why this is your favorite now.
So the question for day 6 is why Thai people adore their elephants. And this one is to make an elephant decoration using the cardboard cutout and the other materials that are provided there. This particular one says, imagine big, colorful elephants all dressed up like they are going to a fancy party. That's what makes it so amazing. Elephants are not just gigantic and strong animals, they're also symbols of good luck, strength, and wisdom. They celebrate elephants in many ways in Thailand, and they actually do dress them up. Elephant decorations are made of all sorts of materials, some of them being tiny and cute, others being large and majestic. Sometimes they even put sparkles on them. Elephants are often seen in traditional ceremonies, festivals, and celebrations in Thailand. They're like the VIP guests bringing good vibes and joy to the party. Elephants are also seen as gentle giants and a symbol of harmony. So when you see these decorations, know that they're celebrating positive qualities that elephants represent. And I love elephants. Let's tell the story. So many, many years ago, I knew a lady that I worked with and she was so sweet and she got engaged. So for her engagement gift, I gave her an elephant with its trunk up. And when she received this, it was a ring holder. So it was an elephant, like it was a little figurine elephant with its trunk up, and the trunk was the ring holder for her engagement
cool.
ring.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how it tied in together. When she received this gift, she was not from Thailand. She was from somewhere else in the world, but not Thailand and not the United States. When she received this gift and opened it, she just burst into tears of happiness and gratitude. And it was a really special moment. Afterwards, she told me that it was because this meant that her union with her husband was going to be especially blessed because I had randomly given her this symbol of good luck and harmony and humbleness and all the things that elephants represent.
That gives me chills.
Yes,
Yeah.
It was a really cool moment. And from that moment on, I did more research on my own about elephants with their trunks up specifically. In other cultures, elephants still mean the same thing, even if it doesn't have its trunk up. So recently, when we were at the Big E,
There it is. There are people that are turning this into a drinking game. Every time we reference the Big E, people are going to be wasted.
when Jonathan and I went to visit the Big E,
Drink.
we came across a beautiful station, I guess. Again, I think I mentioned this in the first podcast, but the Big E is full of different artisans that had silver, right?
Custom sterling silver jewelry.
Yes. And she happened to have an elephant with its trunk up. And I should go get it.
Yeah, let's get it.
I almost started wearing this.
I was looking to see if you were wearing it when the elephant thing came up, but I was like, what are the odds she's not wearing it?
I'll go get it in a second.
Yeah.
But basically, it's this beautiful piece. It's pretty heavy, actually. And not only does the elephant have his trunk up, but his little leg, she said when his leg came out of the mold for it, that it kind of like flipped his foot a little bit forward. So it looks like he's dancing.
Yeah, he's one of a kind.
He's one of a kind.
Dancing elephant.
She also told us her husband actually owned the shop, but she also mentioned that he only made one of those total because the mold wasn't as easy to use as he anticipated or something like that.
Yeah.
So I literally have this single one of these.
One and only.
One and only.
Thank you.
Thanks, baby. But I do love elephants, and that's the story behind that.
I love that story. Go get it.
Okay. We should do a whole podcast where we just whisper.
Yes, we should. Stay tuned.
So my little elephant necklace, you can see that he's dancing a little bit. It looks like he's dancing there a little bit. And he's also pretty big, I would say. But he's got his trunk up and he's so sweet. And typically I do wear this on a regular basis, especially when I'm traveling and things like that. But he's so sweet. And she also mentioned that as time goes on, this will change. The silver will change.
Like develop a patina?
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. Sounded like the right thing though.
Patina. I don't know what that means.
Like a vintage sort of aging.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I actually do hope that it will become part of our family's history. I have a necklace that my grandmother or my great grandmother gifted to me before she passed away. And it means so much to me. I've never worn it because it's very delicate, but it means so much to me. And that's what I kind of hope happens with this little guy.
Me too.
Another fun thing about this trip to the Biggie was after we ate our waffle burgers, or right before we ate our waffle burgers, there was randomly a bubble making gun. So much fun.
We have to show a clip of that.
We'll put a clip on our Instagram.
Okay.
We have an Instagram now. It's at Let's Do This Pod.
If you haven't ever seen Rose in her happy place, let there be no doubt. Bubble gun shooting madness.
It was just like the coolest thing ever. I mean, it just produced so many bubbles and it also kind of drew a crowd.
It did.
I don't think I'm going to be able to get this on right now. Hold my elephant for me, baby.
I would be honored.
Okay, do you want to go up to day 9? Because these are getting better as we go.
They are. His ear also looks like a heart. I think I've commented on that before. Don't you think?
Yes.
His left ear in particular.
He's so sweet.
Yeah.
I love him so much. When Jonathan and I are apart, especially, I love having him near me. It's like a little comfort.
I love that.
Do you remember Tamagotchis?
No.
I don't know why it just reminded me of that because I almost said pet, but if you ever had a Tamagotchi pet, I never had one, but I worked at a toy store and they sold plenty of Tamagotchis.
Yeah.
Christmas throwback.
Christmas throwback.
Okay, we're going to keep going
Here we go.
to day 9 since we're going to catch up to,
Well, we've
What
got
day we're
day
on now?
7 right now.
oh, we're almost there.
We're almost there.
All right, do you know which country that is?
Well, I would say Ireland, except there's this like symbol over it, which doesn't mean Ireland.
Let me see. Let me scan it, baby.
Oh, here.
I should know this. I should know what flag that is for numerous reasons. It's India.
India. Okay.
So, over the course of my life, I have been friends with many, many people from India, and I've also worked very closely with folks from India. That looks like it's going to make a peacock.
It's got eyeballs.
And I have had the opportunity also to be, that is so fun. Is it a whale or a peacock?
I think it's a Loch Ness monster.
If you haven't ever gone to Reddit to see the what is my cookie cutter, that's kind of what it reminds me of because we're not sure which is head up, but I'll read it in a second. But yes, over the course of my life, I've had the good fortune of being very close friends with many people from India and also had the opportunity to attend some fun Indian celebrations. And if you have never been to an Indian celebration, try it out and see if your life becomes better. Because it is magical. I recently had a conversation with one of my coworkers who moved back to India for just a few months. And we were discussing how everything there is just fuller of life. Light, as in like candlelight or the sun, it's very important there. As you may know, yoga stems from India. And that is basically the worship of the sun. In any case, it's just more full of life. People tend to be happier, more spiritual, and less doom and gloom. Let's read what this one particularly is. It is a peacock.
Peacock.
I was right. There's a random peacock in South Jersey that I was driving home one time and randomly drove past the peacock. And I was like
a live peacock.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm not at the zoo.
That's crazy.
That's another thing we have to do. We have to take you to the zoo.
Yeah, I've never been to the zoo.
So it talks about India's peacock and the beautiful peacock decorations. Imagine a bird with the most stunning colorful feathers that look like a magical fan. This is more than just a bird. It is a symbol of beauty, grace, and even good luck. Peacock feathers are so bright and vibrant that they are often used in decorations to add a bunch of magic. And it's considered the national bird of India. It is a symbol of love and compassion, often found at important ceremonies. You may even see it made into jewelry. And peacock feathers are believed to bring good luck and positive energy. Didn't know that. Didn't know it was the national bird.
No idea.
Of India.
I didn't even know it was the Indian flag, so I'm learning all kinds of stuff today.
I should have known that was an Indian flag. Okay. Oh, this is the Ukraine. Another one we should know. I think what's throwing us off is that these envelopes have backgrounds that are not the flag. So like if I saw just the Ukrainian flag by itself, I would know that that's what it is. But the orange surrounding it for the envelope is what's throwing us off. Okay. The fascinating world of Ukraine's babushka dolls. I thought this was Russian.
Yeah, like nesting dolls.
Yes. Okay. So this is the dolls that go inside one another. They're usually wooden, made of some type of wood, and you like unscrew it, and then there's another one inside, and then you unscrew it again, and there's another one inside, and then you unscrew it again, and there's another one inside, until it gets to be this little figurine.
It's like fractal dolls.
Which is why it gave so many in different sizes on the paper that you showed. These dolls are not just toys, they're a piece of art, and they are meant to be a symbol of the family. They're usually made to look like a grandmother in her traditional outfit, and the smaller dolls can represent her children, grandchildren, and their children. They're usually painted beautiful and bright colors and often have patterns that tell a story about Ukrainian culture. You usually see flowers, animals, or even scenes from folk tales on them. Super cute.
Very cute.
These are getting better as we go.
Yeah, I would say so.
We have one more to do.
One more.
To catch up.
Number 9. I'm not even going to venture a guess on the flag.
Are those symbols supposed to be in there?
I've never seen symbols on flags before like this, so...
Not unless it's like a state flag.
Yeah.
Egypt.
Egypt.
I've always wanted to go to Egypt.
We got some hieroglyphics, I think.
Have you ever been to Egypt?
No, I've always wanted to go.
All right. It's actually talking about papyrus.
Ooh, that's a fun word.
Imagine paper made from a plant that grows near the Nile River. It's been used for thousands of years. Papyrus paper comes from a plant that grows near the Nile River, and it's been used for thousands of years.
Wow.
I wonder how sustainable that is. In Egypt, a long, long time ago, people didn't have regular paper like we do today. Instead, they used a plant called papyrus to make a special kind of paper. These plants grow tall and proud. I'm not so sure plants have feelings, but
Well,
mine does.
if we could mind read plants, then we would know.
T-Rex has feelings. Jade
Yes.
has feelings. So they turned the plants into a type of paper. And then it also talks about how they used hieroglyphics to write stories. This type of paper is even used today for beautiful painting and drawings. And that's about it. These little information things that come along with it from the QR code all follow a very similar theme, and they're very repetitive. I would say this is not a dud because some of them are interesting.
Yeah.
But it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
It does not have our seal of approval.
No, I would love to add more to the conversation, but kind of is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Therefore, let's just say this. Let's not do this.
This is evolving into let's do this. Let's not do this. This is a let's not do this episode.
I don't even know if we're going to finish. Like, I don't know if we're going to continue going through these when we're not on camera.
Yeah.
However, it was a good exploration into Advent calendars. Maybe instead we'll go get an Advent wreath and just start lighting candles.
Yeah.
And doing something special once a week instead of this.
Yeah, it's also a good reminder of buyer beware on Amazon.
Yes.
You never know what you're really going to get.
This actually did get quite good reviews, but I'm wondering if it was from like the great aunt that doesn't know the child very well.
Yeah, who in that 9 to 99-year-old target audience
Actually,
is reviewing this thing?
yes. I think that the people that bought it reviewed it versus the people that did it reviewed it.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because I would say our excitement and enthusiasm going in, probably here, coming out, probably somewhere below that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was also excited because Advent has always been a special time for me, and I had never done an Advent calendar. So I thought, let's combine these two things. In the past, we thought about doing chocolate Advent calendars. I couldn't find one that was just dark chocolate, though, for us. But also, I thought, well, why don't we do something creative? But I guess we have the podcast for that now.
True. And, we can always give one of these a try as well. We haven't engaged in the actual activities.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, let's not do this also.
In order to go through the other activities, I think that I would rather...
Be riffing.
Yes. I would maybe that's what we should do. I just came up with a great idea. Instead of this Advent calendar, you should teach me something new on guitar every day leading up to Christmas.
I love that. Let's do that.
So this is a very good segue into the fact that the two of us are very creative and we like to engage in one another's activities.
Yes.
Under the mistletoe. Okay. I'm kidding.
We are hanging mistletoe this evening.
Yes. But I think that would be even more fun because it would be like, okay, that would get us sort of how this podcast checks a lot of boxes. Not that we're just doing this to check a box, but in the sense of our schedule is very packed and full in a good way. But that means that we have to optimize any activity that we do engage in, which is probably why we feel like this is a dud. Because if we were not busy with our full-time jobs, plus me getting a master's degree, plus both of us having channels, plus trying to keep relationships with family and friends alive, plus all the other things that we do together, we might maybe make time for this. Or if we had a child, I think it would be fun to do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
However, because of that, we tend to need to optimize our activities to do sort of like 5 things at once.
Yeah.
So we can do an Advent calendar, plus you teach me the guitar, plus maybe we film it.
Done.
So that'll be fun.
So that was a great thing coming out of this video. The next idea.
Well, it's not the next idea because I have plenty of ideas.
Well, it's another idea.
It's another idea.
Yeah.
But yes, I agree with that.
Beautiful.
So even though my world unique arts and craft activities countdown calendar to Christmas
Was a dud.
It's a dud. But that's okay because it brought us to something else we can do.
Indeed.
More unique, better.
Absolutely. Something that we can proudly say, let's do this.
Awesome, baby.
Awesome, baby.
Well, until next time, thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the like button, or hit the dislike button since this was such a dud. And we will see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.
Bye.